And that's Pink Floyd with, well, Money.
Did you just fade out a bass solo?
Uh-oh.
Oh, man.
Listeners and viewers, I think I'm going to pay for that bitterly.
Colin, not you too. Say it ain't so.
Well, I started with a bass solo.
Boy. Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, good point. Yeah. Okay. Good.
So, anyway, listeners, that particular rendition of Money by Pink Floyd goes on forever. And I think that was probably symptomatic of the fact that Pink Floyd, I think, could go on forever, depending on what illicit substance they were consuming at the time.
It was as if they were being paid by the note.
Yeah, that's too many notes, that's right. So, listeners, we have a resource for this week, and we're very excited about that because we haven't had a resource for a couple of weeks. And our resource is a local, and our resource is very skilled in the area of finance, and will be talking to us this afternoon about superannuation in particular. So get your email keyboards ready and be ready to fire off some questions. Ladies and gentlemen, viewers and listeners, we have Jessica Amir. And
what a lovely intro.
Well,
that's what he does.
that's what we do here.
It's his job.
Gee, she really stumped me there.
Yeah.
None of our other resources have ever said that.
That's the second time you've been agog.
That's
Agog.
Yeah. Every now and again he goes agog.
Agog. In other words, don't know what is supposed to come out of my mouth, and I lose that smooth, listening, mellifluous tone.
No, I think it's all so very smooth.
Oh, okay.
So, moving right along.
So Jess works for one of our four majors, and I believe it's not Westpac. And I believe it's, so Gail Kelly, a resident of Terry Hills, I believe.
Yes.
Local
Hello.
within the Radio Northern Beaches net, so to speak.
Yeah.
So it's not Westpac. I don't believe it is the National Australia Bank. I don't think so.
Wrong.
And
Computer says no.
Computer says no.
no, game over. Insert more coins. And what's one of the other ones we've got? Oh, the bluish logo one, the ANZ, Australia and New Zealand Banking Corporation. So is this one of those things where, because she's not a dentist, we can't show her face on television and therefore can't name who it is?
Yeah. I don't think...
Pixelate my face.
So, Jesse,
Yes, that's right.
Are the views expressed herein representative of anybody other than yourself?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't need to know.
So are you towing the company line here?
No.
Good.
I'm not allowed to, actually.
Oh, very good. Okay. Is that good or is that bad?
What, toe the line?
I don't know. So what can you tell us about superannuation? Why should people be concerned about superannuation?
Wait a second. We should be concerned?
You should be concerned. Every single client that I see on a daily basis does not know what is going on with their superannuation. They don't know how it's invested.
Yep.
They don't know the fees they're paying. They don't know what their retirement's going to look like.
Fees?
Their fees.
What fees?
Wait a second.
I never said that I'd pay any fees.
I know what my retirement's going to look like. It's got a deck chair and a beach.
Yeah, but how are you going to fund it?
Ah, damn it.
That good
Nobody
old,
told me about
good
that
old
part.
Centrelink.
I thought I'd get the pension.
Maybe
The
you
pension.
will. Maybe you will. But as you know, superannuation was only introduced in 1992, where your employer puts 9% of your salary into your fund for your retirement nest egg.
Yes.
But for my generation and for Colin's wee baron, the fruit of his loins for his baby,
My loins.
they'll probably...
Yes. Hello.
Jessica, are you talking about my loins on the radio?
No, the fruit.
The fruit thereof.
Let's just stick to the
Yes,
fruit.
your 15-month-old.
Yes, anyway, here's future. Moving right along.
And everyone from my generation down to his
Yes.
will not have an age pension.
Well,
Is that right?
So this is a dilemma because most people are unaware of it.
Well, that's because he's 15 months old.
yeah, I don't think he's aware of terribly much at the
Give the
moment.
kid a break, for crying out loud. Is he walking?
He's walking.
Well, come on. That's... I mean, where does financial awareness come into the developmental stages?
I don't know, but I can assure you that his feet aren't 32 centimetres or 40 centimetres
No.
long yet.
Well, so he's unaware.
Goodness for that.
So
Otherwise
what?
he'd look
So what should
odd.
Colin's 15 months old baby be doing for his financial future?
It's not so more Colin's wee baby, although it's never too late, never too early to start.
But it can be too late.
Yeah, well,
Dope.
that's right. So now, going back to 1992, it wasn't 9% to begin with, was it?
No, it
No.
was gradually phased in.
Gradually increased. So I believe we started at 6, is that right?
Yeah.
6%, and then we gradually moved it up. And then who do we have to thank for
You
this?
have a good memoir.
Well, thank you very much.
Memoirs of a Geisha.
Thank you very much. Who do we have to thank? I believe it was Mr. Keating.
Yes.
Mr. Keating.
Good old Paul Keating.
Yeah, I liked Paul, by the way.
Me too.
I thought
So
he was
did
one of
I.
the. I thought he was one of the few politicians that we've had. Look, like him or loathe him, you've got to have an opinion one way or the other. But I thought he was one of the great politicians who actually had an opinion,
Yeah.
and was willing to defend it. But good old Paul started us off at 6%, and it's gradually increased to 9%. I believe there's recently been some talk about increasing it to 12%.
Yes.
What are your views on that?
Oh, it's prudent because people around my age, well, I'm in my mid-20s.
Happy birthday.
Oh,
Very
thank
good.
you,
Many happy
thank you.
returns.
Actually, I'm over the mid-20s, but let's just keep it
Yeah.
at that. But but yeah, no, quite seriously, there is some people who I'll start again. So there's not really an age that's been notified and said, right, anyone who's I'm not even making much sense. I think I'm speaking Chinese and I should have had a coffee. But
This is superannuation. It's very confusing. Everybody knows that.
I think you've got us.
I think
Right.
I'm confusing myself right here.
Oh, I'm hooked.
Okay, for the price of the
Okay.
coffee, no.
No.
Could we substitute our superannuation fees for regular coffees with our consultants?
Boy, I actually know of a business that did that. Back to you.
Really? No, going back to your comment, so it's absolutely necessary, and there is a transitional movement where from now till 30 June 2012, the contributions that your employer puts into super will increase to 12%, which is awesome because currently they're at 9%, and that's the minimum. If your employer is very giving, they may give you 10, they may give you 10.5%, but
Whoa.
the mandated amount is 9%, as everyone knows. But
Gee.
there's statistics that actually show us that only a third of the population retire on what they want when they want.
Ah.
So-
Is that because people's desires are too high or just poor planning?
Poor planning.
Right.
Wow.
And thus they're reliant on Centrelink. Going back to what I was saying earlier, there's actually no age that's been defined and said, right, no, Brad and Colin, you're not going to get the age pension because you were born after date X and date Y. So that really hasn't been ratified, but
Right.
it...
Thank goodness. Do you know, I think a third of people that are in good shape, that's actually surprised me. That's high, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Because I guess I've grown up on the whole a current affair at least once a year, a current affair pensioner eating dog food stories. So I was kind of resigned myself to, hit 65 and get onto the pal chunky.
Can you really trust a current affair, though?
I don't think I'm in a position to comment on that, boy.
Gee.
No, hello to our colleagues over there at a current affair.
Yeah.